Okay, today I'm going to open up the Atoto, I don't know how to say it, but whatever, A6 Android in-car entertainment system that I'm going to be mounting in my camper. Right now, the camper has a Jensen 7020 2-DIN system. Nothing wrong with it. Jensen's a good unit. The main portions of it, the CD, the radio, Bluetooth, well, it's not really a Bluetooth, but it is a pairing of the phone. And all that stuff works fine, no problems at all. The only thing I don't like is the GPS. The GPS is an iGo Navi system, which in my opinion is really not worth the money. The updates are expensive. The biggest problem is the system as it came with a 16 gig mini SD, which held all the nav information on it, and of course it can't hold all the maps for the US and Canada like I wanted, and you can't put a bigger card in there. Physically you can put a bigger card in there, it'll take up to a 32 gig card, but the map system, the iGo system, does not allow you to put the software for the iGo directly onto a larger SD card. It has to be on the card that it came with, which is totally ridiculous. So, and I've had a lot of discussions with Navi that they say, well, if you want to put different maps on, you just take some off and you put new ones on through your laptop or your computer. Well, that's fine, but that's not what I want in a map system. I want on the map system enough that I can go from point A to point B without having to worry about if I've got to swap a map out or not through the computer. Plus the fact that the updates are very expensive. And the second problem with that particular one is it's a Windows based, and I don't know which Windows they're using, but I got a feeling they're using something like Vista, which is junk. It keeps going out on me, giving me an error. I've got a route planned and route everything set in. I go half an hour later, it gives me an error and it locks up at that particular point. I turn it off, turn it back on, and the error goes away, and it takes off from where it left, so it's not a problem there. I mean, it keeps going, remembers where it is, but that's happened to me 3 times on a 125-mile trip, which is really stupid. So anyway, I've got this system that I bought that I'm going to see if I can replace the entire thing and see how it works. I know that it also, if I read everything correctly, it also has a basic Navi type iGo system in it as well, but the advantage is it's got Google Maps and Google System that I can download maps and updates and everything right through the Wi-Fi, so there shouldn't be a major problem. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. So, unboxing. I've got 2 UPS USB cables that go in the back. Actually, this is a twin USB. It's on one little connector there that goes in the back. I have a microphone, which I may or may not use. I've got a microphone in there now. We'll see which one works better. Doesn't matter. GPS antenna, which again, I've got a GPS antenna in there already, and it more than likely will work fine. If not, I'll use this one. We'll see what happens. Wi-Fi antenna, which is very important. I'll be able to stick that somewhere. Hopefully that'll get some reception to it, and see how that one works. This is the interface cord, which is pretty well marked. Colors are pretty close to standard as what I had, but again, doesn't matter. It's going to be a situation of Obviously, since the other one is a different unit, I would imagine the plug is probably identical, but the wires are in different pins for different systems. So what is pin 1 may be right rear positive on one system. It may be pin 4 that's right rear positive on another system. So I'm going to just do a chart, pin-to-pin chart between the Jensen and this unit, and wire everything from that chart so that I know which one goes where. Alright, and here's a nice little wiring diagram that you can put on the stick onto the back of the unit, I guess. Yeah, it's not very good. Not very sticky, so it doesn't go on the back of the unit. Anyway, there's the connector there. And a little trim ring, which is probably not going to be worth a whole lot, but what can you do? Android and car entertainment, operator's manual. Let's see here. What we've got is some wipes and a couple of screen protectors, which will be very nice to have. So we'll put those on afterwards. And here is the warranty instructions and getting support online, which is very nice to have. Of course, it's so small I can't read it without my glasses, but we'll figure it out. Let's see, a couple of brackets and screws for mounting, which again might not be needed. And the unit. This is a model A6Y2721PB. That means push button, because I like to have a couple of them that at least push button. It's got 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of ROM, so there should be plenty in there to do it. Plus it's got additional mini micro SIM access, as well as a USB, so don't think that'll be a real big problem. Alright, comes out. Now this one does not have a CD player, so it doesn't have little screws in the top that you have to take off to drop your CD player in. We put the little screws in there for storage, or for shipping. Since it doesn't have a CD player, you don't need it. The other one, my Jensen, does have a CD player, but I very rarely use it. So this is what the unit looks like. Quite a nice little compact unit. Nice face. Back of it looks, it's got all the wiring on top of it, which I already got from the internet, which is no big deal there. Pretty straightforward. It's got an aux input here, a mini SIM in there, another front USB port, which is kind of nice. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with that, but there it is. Nice little USB port there. Like I said, that's got a microphone built in, plus a microphone that comes out. Push buttons, click nice, pretty good. A little reset button down in here for resetting everything in case you have to. On the back you've got USB port here, USB A1, it's a standard USB. You can pull that out and put a cord on there if you want. There's your DIN plug there. This is output for video and audio for external outputs, and inputs for the camera, and then they've got some outputs, audio outputs for subwoofers and such. Some switching through here for switching subwoofers on and off. Your Wi-Fi antenna here, and your GPS antenna there, and of course your standard FM antenna there. So that is what it looks like. I'm going to probably do some initial power up on this. I know that there's a couple of things that you have to watch, like you have to put the GPS antenna on before you turn everything on, search it for some reason. I don't know exactly what, but I heard about that from one of the other videos. So we're going to hook it up here. Okay, got a couple of things tied in here to my power supply unit there. I got the GPS antenna and the Wi-Fi antenna hooked up. Turn the unit on. Comes up pretty fast. I have to move this over here so you can see it. Looks like everything is there. There's all my apps. A lot of this stuff we're gonna worry about later, maps and stuff. I signed into a Google Map account, so that works. Buttons here can volume up and down, which is pretty straightforward, and then forward and reversed. And that's a home button. Home button is basically, I don't have anything selected, so it's not going to work much. But right now, like I said, I got Wi-Fi on. Wi-Fi works. That was radio, sorry about that. I'll go back. Well, Wi-Fi's on anyway, because I've got connected to my home connector. So, I'm going to shut it down now, and let's see what I can do about installing this puppy. See how it works after everything's installed and hooked up. Catch you later. Okay, I'm going to start by, first of all, taking as much loose as I can. I'm going to get this radio here out and put the new Atoto, however they pronounce that, in. What I have to do is I have to take this thing off of here first, and that is accomplished by pushing up on that, lifting it right out. That's the center console. Once the center console is out, I can pull the tabs on the sides here. Both sides. This is 4 locking tabs, and this piece here will now come out as well. A little bit of help there. Get on the other side now. Comes out, and gives me access to my engine compartment and underneath where the wires are run. Alright then, we're going to see what we can do about taking this assembly out of here, and here. Maybe we'll put it right here. Let's see what that does for us. Alright, I'm going to first start by pulling all of this out of here. There's clips on here, and the whole system comes out. It's not exactly the most fun thing to do, but it will work. Biggest problem I have is getting all these things disconnected down there, because they've all got to be able to come out enough that I can move this unit and still get behind everything and wire. And of course they never leave you enough slack, but we'll do what we can. Okay, I was able to get most of this loose enough that I could get behind there and get the old unit out. The old unit's got this ring and these side attachments, and this is the old Jensen unit. Not too bad. I think the other one may work pretty well. I'm going to give it a try there. Basically this one had the DIN plug, input for microphone, video in for the camera, and that was it. And the GPS antenna there. So this is all the cabling I've got here. What I'm going to do is find out which of these wires are equivalent to the new wires, and then redo everything and start from scratch. Got my antenna there, microphone, which I'll probably replace with a new one. This is the old microphone assembly. This is my connection for the camera, and I'm probably going to do something different there because I've got a front camera that I can work with, and I'll run my stuff up through here. GPS antenna, the old GPS antenna is here. I can't reuse it because this was a screw-on type, and the other unit comes with one of these clip-on types, which makes it a little difficult to reuse. So I'm going to have to change the GPS antenna, and we'll see how much fun that's going to be. As you can see, I've got the wiring all done. Everything has been hooked up, and most of it's been checked out initially. I've got a couple of things I've got to try. I've got to get the camera working. I've got a front camera that I'm going to try and hook up instead of the rear, because the rear camera is actually on my unit up here constantly, so I've always got rear and side cameras going. So I've got to do some work on that. I modified this little panel here that I had my voltage and 12-volt supply in there to put a male USB connector cable, which will go onto the back of this for the USB camera input. So if I get a camera from here or on top of here, which I have, I can just hook it right into that, go into there, and it'll do DVR type recording, so I can have a dash cam that will record. I'm going to bring all these out here. This is for my meter that goes here, and then there's two USBs that will come out. One's for fast charge and one's for standard input, and microphone here, which is going to go over there and clip there somewhere. So I'm going to get further on. I mounted my Wi-Fi antenna on there, ran it up through the pillar into there, and that looks like it'll work pretty good. Mounted the GPS antenna there. Wires run down along into here and into the back of there. So now I'm going to do some more wiring back here and checking, and go
go from there.
Okay, this is how it looks. Everything is back in. It fits real nice. I got a USB with music on it here for music. I'm installing Chrome right now. Going to do some updates and stuff. My USBs are coming out of here. This is going to go into my control that's here for the engine. And everything looks, I got to put this on there for camera USB. So when I mount a camera here, or even up there, I can jumper to it. Other than that, everything looks good. I got to still put this back together down here, but doing what we can. Going to check things out and see how it... Well, as you can see, I've got this started. What I ended up doing was buying a USB camera that to come with it, so that I can do my DVR recording here. Just waiting for that to come up, and that's what it looks like there. We'll go back to the home screen, hit the DVR, and right now it's a little fuzzy for some reason. I don't know why. Check that. Probably have to do a settings here. Standard resolution. Resolution. Video clip length. Can put it on automatic recording. Go back. Yeah, there we go. It's a little better. What it does is that you can hit the record button there, and there's an extra. I've got to get a little card in there to do the external recording, which I will get, and that'll go in. So anytime I want to record my video, I'll just hit the button, and we'll go from there. This is one of the USBs for charging. I put that on there so I can charge my phone. What I did here is I've got one of these USB with a small charger line. I set my phone on here, put the hotspot on, and then just go into the settings, and then I can go into Wi-Fi and use my hotspot, connect to my hotspot, and we'll go from there.